Hey there, folks. Santee at the Arizona Ghost Riders here. What happened to Butch Cassidy? Still a mystery, but let's look into it.
Great ideas that got us here.
Forget about it.
I don't ever want to hear another one of your ideas, all right?
All right.
Okay.
One of the great mysteries of the Old West is what happened to Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. You know what else is a mystery? Confusing signage. I actually don't know what to do. Robert Leroy Parker, alias Butch Cassidy, goes down in history as one of the most successful outlaws of the Wild West. His partner in crime was Harry Longbaugh, alias Sundance Kid. Hey, Kat.
Oh.
Hey, do you know who Butch Cassidy is, right?
Wasn't that the guy in the Partridge Family?
No, that was David Cassidy. Butch Cassidy was an outlaw, did you? Don't know him, huh?
No.
There were other members who made up the gang called the Wild Bunch. They robbed banks and trains and made off with quite a lot of loot. However, the law was seriously pursuing them, and many of the other members were getting caught or killed in the process. Kid Curry, News Carver, Ben Kilpatrick were some of the more notable ones that the law caught up with. The heat was on, so Butch and Sundance got the heck out of Dodge.
Oh, and I hear there's a lot of wide open space in South America.
I hope you make it.
I'll make it.
Good luck to you.
They went to New York City and boarded a ship to Argentina. Accompanying them was Sundance's main squeeze, Etta Place. Butch used a different alias at this point, James Ryan, to confuse the Pinkertons.
Ryan?
It was necessary to maintain the illusion for your crew.
The three bought a 15,000-acre ranch near Cholula and started working livestock. 3 years later, a bank was held up 700 miles away by a pair of American bandits, which turned the heat back up. I guess they weren't ready to settle down. They sold that ranch and fled to Chile. Hey, Jesse! Hey, you know who Butch Cassidy is, right?
Yeah, of course. Of course I do. For the Hardy Boys, right?
No, that's Sean Cassidy. That's an actor.
Then no, I don't know who that is.
Okay, thanks. In 1906, Sundance took Etta Place back to America, then turned around and joined Butch, who had gained employment at the Concordia tin mine in Bolivia. These two still hoped to just be honest ranchers, but it just didn't seem to be in their blood. On November 3rd, 1908, the pair robbed a mine payroll near San Vicente, Bolivia. This time, they goofed and didn't run far enough. 3 days later, locals tipped off the law dogs and the military, who surrounded the cabin, and after a lengthy gun battle, found the two Americans deceased. However, they were never identified, and the graves they were supposedly buried in reveal no positive DNA match. Also, family members and others remember seeing Butch in Utah very much alive. Apparently, he ate pie with his sister in 1925. If this is true, and Butch did survive and went into hiding, dying in the late 1930s, it opens up a pretty huge can of worms. The Parker family ain't talking.
We have ways to make men talk.
Some bones were recovered near the family ranch, but there was not enough usable DNA to identify them. There have been a couple of movies surrounding the theory that he survived the shootout in Bolivia. One is Outlaw Trail, the Treasure of Butch Cassidy. The great-nephew of Butch, a Boy Scout, searches for the hidden riches of his famous malfeasant uncle while being chased by a corrupt museum curator and his henchmen. This smacks of Indiana Jones and the Goonies, and is a fun watch, with a surprising ending. Blackthorn stars Sam Shepard, who does a terrific job with his fascinating role. It would appear Butch has been hiding out in Bolivia for years after the shootout. He's now in a situation where he needs to utilize his old outlaw skills. It should be known that in all of these stories, the Sundance Kid didn't survive South America. There are many TV shows and documentaries surrounding these rumors of survival, but I fear we will never know for sure. Regardless, it makes a fascinating mystery, and I think many of us like the idea of this crafty outlaw escaping and living out his life in freedom.
Australia. That's your great idea.
Well, folks, that's it for another episode. Thanks for watching. As always, please like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you on down the trail. Hey, do you know who Butch Cassidy is? Familiar with Butch Cassidy? He rode horses. He was an outlaw. No? Don't know him? Okay.